It takes a forest to hide a tree, so maybe it takes a city to hide a person. If so, it makes sense that cursed spirits who were like people would establish their hideouts in a city. Cursed spirits might be more comfortable living in places full of fear, like deep in the mountains or in a dark, dense forest, where a human being would find it difficult to live. Nonetheless, cursed spirits plot the overthrow of modern society, so establishing bases in urban areas makes sense, whether they are on the offense or in retreat. And places where there are gatherings of negative emotions are best. That's how everyone working at a certain fraudulent company ended up murdered. These kinds of guys are easy. They group up and make a nest away from prying eyes, so it's easy to wipe them out. Jogo laughed, grinding the cinders beneath his feet. Approximately 2 minutes before, there had been 6 people alive in this office. He had considered various ways of dealing with them, but burning was fastest. Mahito was poking at a gaudy vase on the shelf. People use this building, right? If there's someone higher up, won't that be a problem? Jogo smiled reassuringly and was about to answer when an incomprehensible voice interrupted. Hey, no talking, Hanami. It makes my head itch. Hanami's words sounded like nothing but noise, but they somehow conveyed his will directly into one's head. Jogo found that unpleasant. It irritated him. Jogo noticed Mahito looking at him. Jogo's irritation was obvious, and he explained. Don't worry. I asked Geto about our target. The bosses of these shady types usually know all about the prohibited stuff they're getting up to. So they'll understand it's the result of curses and stay away? Exactly. This isn't the kind of place that upstanding people frequent, so it's a perfect hiding spot, Jogo said. You sure? What's wrong, Mahito? Are you unsatisfied? What don't you like? It's a good location to prepare an attack on the city and to flee to if necessary. Yeah, I guess so, but... Yeah, well, spit it out. The interior decor is really tasteless, Mahito said. Huh? A small eruption came from Jogo's head with a poof. His single eye narrowed, forming a ridge like a mountain range on his brow. It's gaudy, Mahito said. Look at this shiny vase and a golden lion and cheap sideboard. What are you talking about? I don't know what's gotten into you these days, but you've been so picky. It's the movies. Movies? You like movies? They're nothing but human superficialities, Jogo said. Actually, they're a reliable resource to study the soul, Mahito said, smiling. A human looking at him might think he resembled an elementary school student, puffed up with pride as he recited knowledge that he'd acquired for a book report. To be honest, it isn't a very interesting topic to me either, but I don't exactly dislike human visual aesthetics. Still, this room is too colorful. It hurts my eyes. Quit complaining like a spoiled brat, Jogo said. We can burn or throw away anything we don't like. No, I'm going to go find my own place where I can relax. What? Hey, where are you going? Ignoring Jogo's protests, Mahito waved his hand over his back and disappeared like smoke or wind. Ugh. Maybe it's because human fear created him, but he's too frivolous, even for a curse. Movies, of all things. As he grumbled, Jogo removed a pipe from his pocket and tucked it in his mouth. It didn't look like a normal pipe. It resembled a face, and it screamed when he sucked through it. Drat that Mahito! Jogo swiveled his eye to survey the room. Now this place looks tasteless to me, too. I said shut up. Alright, y'all. That is section 1 of chapter 3, Allegory and Darkness. This is Mahito's chapter. Buck up, y'all. We about to get some things learned. Some backstories fleshed, transfigured out. Anyway, the only thing that I would like to say specifically about this section is, isn't it interesting that both Mahito and Yuji used movies as a way to define the soul? Now, I have no idea if Yuji had any clue what he was doing at all at the time. But Mahito did it on purpose. And I don't know, isn't that show a little bit more humanity maybe for the curse team? Maybe? Maybe? Anyway, I think that's it for now. See you in the next one.